make it before. So I've been offered another driving opportunity with the Evo, and that'll happen on Saturday at Time Attack. So what I'm going to do is, while I have a week without a race car, I'm going to get a couple of other things done that I needed to get done. So the Skid 86 needs new brake discs and pads on the front, so I'll do that. The Rally Art needs a service, so I'll do that and get that ready for sale, because that's up for sale at the moment. And what I'm going to do tonight is work on the track hack. I'm going to check to make sure that we've sorted out the water problem with it, fill up the water, put in, there's a catch that goes in over here for the cabin filter that needs to go back in, because what's happening is that this car's sitting outside, water's going down and collecting in the cabin. These leather seats, as much as they're comfortable when you're driving on the road, they are absolutely crap when you're sliding around. So what I've done, bought this Velo bucket seat over here. I bought it for $400, a little bit more expensive, but I did that on purpose because that is a ADR approved seat, so that can go on the road in a car without airbags on the seats from factory, and it is legal and a cop can't give you trouble about it. I've got a base over there, which is just a simple base mount, and I'm just going to hard mount it to the car with the side mounts that are on the seat already. I actually bought that with a set of Subi base mounts, so I've sold the Subi base mounts for $150, and I'm sitting with the seat now only owing me $250. I'm going to quickly whip this chair out, put that chair in, assemble everything on the front, and if I get time today I might start working on the other cars. I probably won't though, so we'll just get this done tonight, and then over the next couple of days we'll get the other cars done. Lots to do, let's get to it. Seat is in. That wasn't actually too bad of a job, to be honest. Fixed rail, all the bolts are in, I've got all the side bolts in. What's nice is this is height adjustable front and rear, so I can make slight adjustments if I want, but it feels good so far. So that over there should definitely do the job with drifting. A couple more things I've got to do to make sure it's still road legal. I've got to now get this seat belt through there and down there. I need to get a bolt through there so that's all legal. And then down the side there I've got to put this buckle over here. It is a pre-tensioner buckle, so I'm going to try my best to get the whole unit out so that no lights come up on the dash. Put that in the car, and that's us done with the seat install, and then I'll quickly fit the cabin filter to the front. We should be ready to go drifting again. Welcome back to Lakeside. So we're back again with the Evo, and we're going to put the Evo around the track. Dry, beautiful day today. The car should hopefully do pretty well. We have no idea what kind of times it's going to get, but the goal is a flat 61 at an absolute minimum. We've also got Trent here today. It is S15, and in the S15 we're going to be doing some trail braking videos. So if you haven't seen the trail braking video yet, make sure you head over to the YouTube channel and check out the how-to playlist. For the morning, I'm just helping him out. Shane Ezzy, you remember him? Say hey, Trent.
Hey guys.
So we got this camera in a really awkward position down over there. Do you want to see his footwork? So we got that all set up. Trent's going to head out. In the video he shows trail braking as well as no trail braking, and we've got a time difference over there, so you can see the benefit out of getting trail braking right and how to do it as well. And while he's out on the track, I'm going to be setting up all the timing and everything in the Evo, and we're going to be testing out the Evo today as well, which will be fun. Let's hope we can get it down to at least a 61. It would be great if we can be in the lower 60s. That'd be awesome. Making it work by any means necessary. See what we did to get this camera to work on the feet. GoPro attached to the column, and we went out for the first session. There wasn't enough light, so got a light strapped to the bottom over there. You can see now, you can actually see the feet. And that's how you trail brake. So the Evo is all set up and ready to go. In the Evo, what we've got is our GPS tracking device. So that puts our GPS location. That tracks a lot more than a phone ever would. That is connected to this phone over here, which runs the Race Chrono app and gives us the times and the deltas and how fast we're going, if we're going faster or slower. Then down underneath here, got a wireless connected to the OBD2 sensor. So what we do get out of that is all the feedback from the car's computer, so RPM and those types of things. And because it's the Evo, we get all the data that goes towards the diffs that basically helps distribute the power to the right side of the car and the right part of the car. We've also got the GoPro sitting up over here, GoPro 5, and that's just got an awesome view of the front of the car out the front there, so it'll see everything we're doing. The other thing we're testing today is this beauty over here. I can't say too much about it, but what it does is it basically tracks every race car on the track. Today is pretty much one of the first days they're testing it out, and I'm excited that they gave us the privilege to be one of the first cars to do so. We'll go out today, just basically see how fast we can go on the Evo. The temperature's a bit warm for this time of year, so it's not going to be the fastest day, but it'll give us a good idea of how fast the car goes. The afternoon's arrived, and it's time for us to jump in the car, head out on the track, and have some laps of Lakeside. So first session with the Evo, very slippery, came in and tires are up at 40 PSI, so I'm pretty certain that's most of the reason for the grip level loss. Car went okay, I have no idea what time it is.
102.75.
102.75. Getting close to where we need to be, but yeah, not happy with that yet. Tire pressures will make a huge difference. Carry more speed through the corners. The brakes don't pull up as good as I'd like. We'll just keep playing with it and see if we can get it into the 61s today. So second session out, the car did not feel good at all. Unfortunately, I think it's the tires. I think they're too old. They've been sitting in the sun for too long. So we've got the car up now. Luckily enough, we've got John O'Reynolds S2000 over there, which unluckily is broken for the day. So I'm going to steal his tires quickly and make sure it's not a tire issue. Check these tires. If they work better, then I know that we're on to a winner. If they don't, then it's probably not the car for us. And we have the Zek Novas, kindly donated from John Reynolds at Duke Performance. It was very unstable. I had to use the brakes pretty hard. It just didn't feel like I wanted to pull up. Hopefully with these tires, we should be able to see a very quick time. If we're not seeing sub 60 seconds on these tires, there's a big problem and there's a lot of setup that needs to be done to the car. So let's get back in, get it on the track and see how it goes. The last session went a little bit faster, but driving the car way too hard for that time. So what I'm doing is I'm giving the keys over to Trent, my trusty sidekick co-driver, and get him to give us an unbiased opinion on the vehicle. I think it's, I'm not sure it's going to be the car for us. So, what do you think?
It took me a little bit to get used to the brakes.
Yeah, the brakes are a bit interesting.
They're numb.
Anything else though?
Understeering.
Yep.
It took me a little bit to get used to when you could get on the throttle. Just in my car where you've got to be patient with the throttle. With this thing you sort of mash it early. You got to time it right, because if you don't time it right then you can either drive off the road or just be way too slow.
Yeah. So 61.8s you got?
261.8s in the
Yeah,
road.
261.8 or 61.81, 61.82. The only 3 laps you've ever driven the car, so that's good going to quickly get into it. How did you find the gear shifts though?
5th gear is...
And what about 4th? Like, I was struggling with 4th, mate.
5th for me was the problem.
Did you ever feel like the car broke down on power?
It broke down in 5th at the end of the main straight once or twice.
When I was pushing the limits through the corners, it felt like traction control was kicking in through the kink all the way up to the first corner, under the bridge, and coming up at 100. That's when I was feeling it. So, not good.
It's an awkward shift into 5th.
Yeah, it's also not a very comfortable feeling box. Like, it feels
It needs an oil change or something. It just feels like it just doesn't work. And you don't want to push it too hard.
Yeah.
Because it's not our car.
Yeah. Do you think it's a worthwhile car to refresh? So do you think being that we're 3.5 seconds off the pace of what the standard cars do in production touring, do you think we can find that?
Oh yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, these springs are way too soft. When you turn the car in, what is this understeering? It's just loading that front tyre too hard.
Yeah, but Anthony did say that we're going to be too soft. So bridge, under the bridge, it feels...
It doesn't feel unsettled, but it doesn't feel clean.
It bounces around a bit too much, and that was exaggerated when we had the street tires on. Like, properly exaggerated. You didn't get to see it, but it was scary. It was properly scary. All right, cool. Well, thanks for your feedback, mate. All right, well, there you have it. So he reckons we can get 3.5 seconds out of the car. I'm not as confident. We'll have to have a chin wag and see what we decide. Another day done at Lakeside. As you can see, everyone else has gone home. We stayed quite late because we had a chat talking to Anthony, and we think we can get the car to the pace it needs to be at. The problem is, how much is it going to cost us to get there? We might have budget to do it, but there is another car that has come up which is newer, more expensive, so it's going to take a bit more money, but it's something that's ready to go for the most part, apart from maybe suspension. We need to make the decision of, do we bring that one back up to the pace that it needs to be, or buy something that's more modern, which is going to cost us more money. So I think for the first time, I'm actually going to ask you guys what you think. We've got two options, and all I want you to do is tell me, do we go for an older car, i.e. the Evo, fix that up and make it as fast as it needs to be, or do we go for a newer car which will be faster than the Evo straight off the bat and mostly ready to go? So let us know. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know if we should go for the older car or the newer car. We're going to obviously have to make that decision very soon because we need to have a car ready for September, so we've got to make that decision and get going on it ASAP. But that's it from Lakeside. Check out our website at www.skidcontrol.com.au, facebook.com/skidcontrol, and Instagram /skid_control. Until next time, we'll see you at the track.